Hello YouTube, welcome to Bub's World. You're watching Bub's Comics. I'm your host Bub, and today we're going to get into a short stack of comics that I picked up from MyComicShop.com. Some were auction wins, some were buy it now, some were make your best offer, and then some just became available off my want list. So let's get right to it.
You're watching Bub's Comics, Bub.
All right, so first off, we have just if you've never been to mycomicshop.com, you never shopped there, click the link down below. Nothing but good stuff there. You won't be disappointed. Their grading is fair, if not undergrading, but they're fair for sure. And great customer service, fast shipping, economical shipping, the whole routine. Click the link below, go to mycomicshop.com, buy all you want. And it's the worst kept secret in comic book collecting. All right, so without further ado, let's make me small and get to the haul. Yo! There it went. That's pretty smooth. It happens. All right, so first up, we have a book that I already have in my collection, but I needed an upgrade copy. A little bit of a story with that. Why not tell it? Here is Spider-Woman #1. Look at that. Isn't that great? Now in her own book. The superheroine sensation they said couldn't be done. I don't know. She looks doable. Anyway, Spider-Woman #1, Newsy. Here is the point of this. I already have a copy of this book. Actually, I've had 2 copies in the past. So the first copy I had was a little bit beat, but not bad copy. I got it signed by Marv Wolfman. I met him in person. I wasn't really too impressed with old Marvy. He was kind of, I wouldn't say he was rude, but he was very aloof and just didn't seem to care. It looked like he was having a bad day. Everybody can have one of those, not a big deal. So, but I didn't really cherish that book once it had his signature on it, because it's kind of the way that he acted. So, and that happens sometimes. So because of that, I wasn't married to that book. Somebody came along and wanted that book as part of a trade that I was doing for some Golden Age books. And I said, you know what? Yes, I'd be willing to let that go. So I did. So then I was on a hunt for another one. I got another one from a guy on Instagram who for a time was very active selling Spider-Woman #1s, all signed by Stan Lee. He had a whole slew of them. So that's what I have. My other copy is one signed by Stan Lee, but I sent it off to get graded. Signature came back unverifiable. And then as I matched it up with other signatures, I felt like it was also probably either fake or old Stan Lee was having a real bad day. So it is what it is. It's probably a fake sig. So that book is like another book. So me and this book just seem to go downhill when they get signatures. They make me so upset. So now I have a nice clean copy of this book. It's not going to get signed. Probably won't get graded either, but there it is. Spider-Woman #1, happy to have it. And like I said, no signatures required. All right, so next, and the guy on I think they wanted like 60 for it, which is kind of the going rate for this book, and I got him down from there. I don't know what I paid, 45 or 50 or something for it. So pretty happy with the condition and with the book, and it looks pretty good. These books are readily available. There for a minute there was talk of a Spider-Woman maybe Disney Plus show or a movie or something, and since all that cooled down, this book is very readily available. I highly recommend you pick one up if you don't have one in your arsenal already. All right, next up, Golden Age. This is a book I've been after for a long time. It's part of the Bondage series I'm collecting, and then also this run I'm trying to complete. It's a super short run. I think there's only 4 books in this Golden Age run, but if any of you have ever tried to complete a Golden Age run, you know how difficult it can be. Flash Gordon #3. The great little bondage there. You can see the girl with the red dress, Distress. You have the whirring drill. Some cool stuff in the background there. You got the underwear on the outside version of Flash Gordon. He's working, that guy's clearly working the drill. He's getting accosted by Flash. It says, can Flash win out against Mighty Ming and the bloody red sword in their battle to the death? My goodness. Flash Gordon Comics number 3. There's a Harvey publication, so I'm after these hardcore, but check that out. And yeah, we're digging that. All right, I love it. That's a little thumbnail cheese for you all. Look at that. Harvey Comics. I'm trying to collect this run. I have 2, I think there's 4 issues, and I have like 2 out of 4 of them. Which when I talk to my other, I know Rob Fat Stacks of Comics is also after this run. So when I see a good price on one, if I already have it, I might let him know. Or I might offer him my downgraded copy. Oh, you know how it gets, folks. We're doing our best around here. But yeah, there you go. Flash Gordon. Very, very happy. I've been after this book for a long time, and I'm glad to have it. The prices kind of get crazy for this because it's got bondage and red dress and all that stuff. Those are all the same reasons why I kind of wanted it. So there you go. Working on my Harvey runs. Probably Harvey, I have to say, probably my second favorite Golden Age publisher. Yeah, I think I'm okay to say that. Fiction House being my favorite, and then probably next is Harvey, because I love the Dick Tracy run and Flash Gordon here. So pick up a lot of Harvey Golden Age. So that's just how it is. All right, next up we got a key. We got Death Rattle number 8. And this is the first appearance of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs by the great Mark Schultz cover here. Isn't that great? That is outstanding. You guys know I love my slobber snot monsters. For my money, Mark Schultz is probably my second favorite artist of this type of stuff. The first being Wally Wood, but to me he shares a lot with Wood and yet has his own look. So now I'm pretty sure Mark Schultz is going to be at the Heroes Con in Charlotte this year, so I'm going to get this book signed by him just for my own personal collection. First appearance of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Fond memories of that cartoon as a kid, that video game as a kid, and then of course the comic books. So there you go. Death Rattle number 8. A key. Keeping the keys rolling. Here is Conan the Barbarian number 24, with the second appearance of Red Sonja and the first cover appearance of Red Sonja. You can see her there in her fuzzy sweater. We assume it's a chainmail like sweater, but I guess she found it to be too warm, because later on she certainly slimmed down that outfit into just a couple of pieces of, I think they're quarters strung together with a little bit of chain link. So there you go. Conan 24. Not a bad copy of this book, if I don't mind to say. It is good stuff. Oh, Barry Windsor Smith doing his good work on here on the Conan run. So the Song of Red Sonja, Conan Barbarian 24. Very, very pleased to have that book. And I think I'm close to done. I'll show another book that I picked up recently in a future haul coming up. And but in my mind, my Red Sonja collection is as complete as it necessarily needs to be. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to pick up more books and add things to the pile, but for now, my Red Sonja is, other than newer books or odds and ends books that I just happen to like. But as far as the key collection is concerned, I'm pretty much done with it, and I'll show that other book here soon. Whoa, put the kitties to bed. We got Wallace Woods, Horny Toads, number 1, adults only, Eros Comics. We'll just keep it a little further away for you all. But there's his usual frog there. Nice Wally Wood art. This really is interior art. And then they kind of conglomerated it to make a cover. So Eros is, they acquired a lot of the Wally Wood stuff, and they just kind of put together these little mini anthologies of some of the stuff that he had printed in other magazines and other books, and then they kind of just brought it all together and made little storybooks out of it. Horny Toads number 1. I don't think there are any other issues of this, so there's no 2, 3, or 4. But fun little book. Inside is a Flash Gordon knockoff comic, which is pretty crazy. So if you guys get your hands on this, it's very interesting. It's a harder to find book. It's the kind of book that shows up in large masses. Like all of a sudden you might look on eBay and there's 20 copies of this book, and it's like, whoa, what has happened? and then next time you look, there's none. And that's just kind of how this book is. I picked this one on MyComicShop.com. In the past, I have seen other issues of this book that were kind of asking too much, because these books tend to be on consignment. So, but this one popped up on the regular old MyComicShop, not consignment. So I didn't have to make an offer or anything like that. So I snagged it. Keeping the keys rolling. Here is Bloodstone #1 with the great, I think it's Michael Lopez, which I have some original art by Michael Lopez. Super proud to own that. And here we have some Bloodstone #1. This I finally have completed. Woo! I finally completed my run of Bloodstone, and I think there's 4 issues if I'm not mistaken. So now I have 1 through 4. Look at that, teasing. You just never know what the thumbnail is going to end up being. And lots of things that I like about this cover. One is I'm a big fan. There's the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. So I'm a big fan of the overgrown, you know, women giants kind of genre, subgenre. So I'm a big fan of that. So to get something like this, I was real jazzed about, to have that cover kind of simulating that, where she's walking through the water and the villagers are holding torches to her. So great stuff. Bloodstone #1, Werewolf by Night, short, I guess, or, you know, I don't know what it was on Disney Plus, special. So the Werewolf by Night special that came out last Halloween brought Elsa Bloodstone prices way up just before it, and then after it aired as Halloween. In my opinion, the worst time to buy any kind of horror books is in the 2 months leading up to Halloween. And then after Halloween, prices start dropping a little, and then by the time the new year rolls around and Christmas is come and gone, nobody cares about horror books again for a hot minute. All the prices drop, and it's a good time to pick them up. So that's when I pick up my horror books, are usually the first couple of months of the year, because even as you get closer to summer, really, there's some people that are into Halloween so big that, and horror stuff so big, that even in the first parts of the summer, they'll just they'll pounce on it. So we didn't want any of that going on. So there you go, Bloodstone #1. Been after it for a long time. Made an offer. It was a fair price, but I thought old Bubsy could get it a little lower, and I did. So made an offer, got a little bit shaved off the price, and happy to own it. Completed my Bloodstone run finally. Took forever. So, all right, and last and potentially least, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Best of Raphael. I've wanted this one to go with my Casey Jones cover that I have of the Best of Casey Jones. The problem with this series was that even though I liked the Leonardo and the Michelangelo cover, the problem was that they started, like, the Splinter covers, okay. I think that they did a Shredder one, and the April O'Neil one is terrible. So once I've determined that the whole series is not worth collecting, then I just want my favorites. And in this case, my favorites are Raphael and Casey Jones as a team. Like, I really like them together. And when I was a kid growing up, my favorite turtle was probably Donatello. So I like Donnie the best as a kid because of the tech and gadgets and stuff, and I was into all that kind of stuff. But as far as just pure aggression and the ones I'd rather see in a comic especially, it's definitely got to be Raphael and Casey Jones. All right, that's it. That's my haul. I hope you all enjoyed that. We'll catch you next time in Bub's World, home of Bub's Comics, hosted by Bub. I'll catch you next time. Remember to read a comic, and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.
Now subscribe, you egg-sucking pieces of gutter trash. Now.